Hello and welcome to Pellissippi State. We're so excited that you all have joined us this evening to learn a little bit more about our engineering technology programs. My name is Debbie Benedict. I'm an Enrollment Services Coordinator here at Pellissippi, and I have our department head, Christy Leach, who will be talking about our engineering programs. But first of all, we're just going to talk a little bit about Pellissippi. So, when you're thinking about Pellissippi, here are some really fantastic reasons of why Pellissippi is a great place to either start your education or if you're wanting to get one of our associate degrees, this is a great place to go. We have some great academic programs, and we are going to learn a little bit more about those tonight. Um, our our programs have some great yeah, the placement rates. So, and when you're thinking about getting a job, then when our students graduate, they are able to get jobs out in the community, and those are somewhere between I think like 90 to 100% in terms of placement rates. So it's a really great thing. A lot of our programs do have internship opportunities built into those. So that's a great thing for our students because they are getting that hands-on experience while they're actually taking those classes here at Pellissippi. We have multiple campuses around the area. We have three campuses in Knox County. So we have our main campus that is on Hardin Valley Road. We have a campus on Magnolia Avenue in the downtown area. We have our Strawberry Plains campus, and then we have a campus in Blount County. So there should be a campus near where you live. We do have small classes at Pellissippi, which is really great. It gives you that opportunity to really get to know your instructor. So if you enjoy kind of that, smaller class feel, then Pellissippi would be a good choice for you. If you are thinking about coming to Pellissippi first and then transferring, those classes that you take at Pellissippi, they are going to transfer on to a university should you choose to do that after you leave Pellissippi. So if you're thinking about going to Pellissippi, where should you start? Well, first of all, you're going to need to apply to Pellissippi. And you can go to our website, which is www.pstcc.edu. And on the homepage, there is a link that says apply now. So you're going to click on that, and that will take you through the process of filling out that application. It is simple and easy and won't take you very long to fill that out. And then you'll need to send us your high school transcript. If you've been to any colleges previously, make sure you get that sent in to us as well. And then if you are currently in high school or have recently graduated from high school, we'll also need to get your ACT scores. If you haven't taken the ACT or it's been more than 5 years since you've taken the ACT, then you'll take our placement test, which is just going to help us to see where you need to start in your math and English courses. So now we are going to take some time to learn a little bit about our engineering. So Christy, if you would like to take over, you are more than welcome.
All right, welcome everyone. All right, so for the engineering department, we have some different options. Let me first tell you, okay, I'm Christy Leach. I am department head for engineering. If you'll go to the next slide. Okay, so the Department of Engineering is in the School of Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. The dean of that school is Merve Kestra Thomas. The assistant dean is Sammy Gazawi. And then we have a career engagement coordinator, Ellen Matheny. And then you can go to the next slide. Um, I am department head, so this is my email and phone number. Email's probably best if you do need to reach me. But I've got another slide depending on what career or transfer program that you want to do. So you can go to the next one. All right. So within engineering, we have some career tech programs. You would get an Associate of Applied Science, an AAS. It requires basically 16 credit hours of general education and then 45 credit hours of major related coursework. Um, and I'll show you some of those. And you will be taking some math. Um, with that type of program, you'd be ready to enter the workforce. Some of those some of those classes may transfer, but you'd want to be very selective if you know where you want to go, you'd need to check. Um, we are working on some things with UTK, but those are not in place yet. But there are some of those classes that would transfer. If you want to do the transfer, where you go to UTK or Tennessee Tech, one of those places, to get an engineering degree, we recommend that you do an AS program, and there, you'd take 42 credit hours of general education and then some guided electives, um, looking at what would transfer to where you want to go. So, if you will go to the next slide. Okay, so here are the programs that we offer. So we have an architectural design technology program. We've got an aviation technology program. We've got civil and construction engineering technology. With that one, there's two options. You can get an AAS or you can get an AS. So the construction science option for that one will fully transfer to UTK for a construction science and management degree. Then we have the electrical engineering technology AAS, and then we've got electromechanical technology. We have an interior design technology program. We have mechanical engineering technology, and we have welding technology. Um, and then we also have an engineering technology AS, and that's where you would look at where you want to transfer to see which classes you could take. All right. I am going to talk more about the programs, but I'm going to go through the rest of these slides and then I'm going to jump to the website and walk you all through the website so you can see certain things. I think I also saw a question about where classes are offered. Um, okay, so it's going to be different for the programs and especially this next year. So next year, um, okay, several of these are usually on the Hardin Valley campus. That we were going to have major construction on one of our buildings next year. And so that is causing some of these to have to move. Um, okay, so, but still, okay, at Hardin Valley will be the architectural design technology program, the civil and construction engineering technology, interior design, okay, and then probably the engineering technology. So those four would still be at Hardin Valley for the next academic year, fall 26, spring 27. For the aviation technology, it actually has its own special place in Blount County where they have those classes. Um, Electrical engineering technology is going to be at the Blount County campus. The electromechanical technology, it's a combination of the electrical engineering technology classes and the mechanical technology classes. So some of those are going to be at Blount. Mechanical engineering is going to be at Strawberry Plains. So we will be looking at the schedule and trying to make sure we work it out to where, if you have to go to the Blount campus, it would be a different day. So you might go to the Blunt campus for 2 days, and then you might go to the Strawberry Plains campus, or we might be able to break it up where you're doing Blunt one semester and then Strawberry Plains another semester. So we'll we are aware of that issue and working to make it work for the students. Welding technology is on the Strawberry Plains campus. That is where all of our equipment for welding is held, and I know they do a great job, and there's a lot of people that want to do the welding. And okay, so that's at Strawberry Plains. Okay, you can go to the next slide. Okay, so here are the people that you would contact based on the area that you're wanting to go into. So, architectural design technology would be Greg Armour. Aviation technology would be Jesse Martin. Civil and construction engineering would be Scott Carroll. Electrical engineering and electromechanical engineer or electromechanical technology would be myself, so Christy Leach. And then interior design is Julie Shubsda. Mechanical engineering is Shane Terry. Welding technology is Aaron Roy. So those would be the contacts that could give you more specific information. But I'll show you things on the website too. But let's get through these slides first. So you can go to the next one. Um, I I kept these on here because I want to point out that the U Science Pellissippi really works with you to build a career. Okay, and so if you're interested in one of these programs, the U Science is you may have done it in high school, but Pellissippi does want you to complete the U Science assessment just so that you can see if you're really in an area that will be good for you. And so it has lots of great information, just aptitude and those kind of things. So we would encourage you to do that. Along with that, if you'll go to the next slide, we have the Handshake Job Board. Okay, so that with the U Science, it kind of connects the U Science. You're connected to Handshake through the U Science, but you do need to sign up for it. But you've got an automatic account. Our alumni still have access to this Handshake account. So once you finish at Pellissippi, you could still use this. Employers reach out to us to tell us about job opportunities. We try to make sure those get put on Handshake. And then depending on what field, what program you're in, you will get emails alerting you to opportunities with employers in the local area. So I think that is a great benefit to you going through these programs to use that career development office. They are very helpful. And I'll show you something else that they're doing when we get to the website. Okay. Well, I think the next slide is questions, but should we do questions now or should I go ahead and go to the website?
We can go to the website and do questions after you're done with that.
Okay. Let me take you to the website and so I'm gonna share my screen at first and then I'm gonna pull up. So this is our Pellissippi website. So there are a couple of different ways that you can look at the different programs. So there's the college catalog. So I'm going to pull it up first. And oh, I want a different tab. So I can go back to this. There we go. All right. So here's our college catalog. If you are interested, I'll show you first the University Parallel Transfer Pathways. So when I click on that, I scroll down, and this will be where that engineering technology is. So right here is the engineering technology, and um, then you'd see the classes listed here that you would take. But again, if you're going to do the transfer, you want to make sure you're looking at where you want to transfer to make sure that those classes are going to transfer. So for those other programs that I've been talking about, I'm going to go select career programs over here on the right. So I select career programs. Um, so right here is architectural design technology. It gives you information here about average salary, job postings, that kind of thing. And then you scroll down and you've got the various classes that you would take during the 4 semesters. So there's going to be one of those for each of those programs. So there's the architectural design. Um, Here's the aviation. So there's the aviation courses. It's set up a little different. It's a very new program. Um, I think they've already got 2 cohorts going. It's something that's very needed in this area. Let's see here. So I'm going back to career programs. So here, the civil and construction engineering technology. So I'm going to scroll down, and I I can't see if there's questions at this point. So Debbie, if there are questions, you can let me know and I can stop because I know I'm going kind of fast. We've just got a lot of programs. So here are the civil engineering technology option. And then remember I mentioned that there was another option for it, and that's the construction science option that would actually transfer to UTK. And so that one's listed down below. So both of those are listed there. Just make sure you're looking at the one you would want for that area. Okay, I'm going back to career programs. I feel like you get the idea. So we've got there's the electrical engineering technology, the electromechanical technology, down here, mechanical engineering technology, also the interior design technology, and then the welding. Okay, so you can look at it that way. I want to show you another way that you can look at it though. Um, so I like that view to really look at the classes and get information about the classes. If you want a more general view, if you go back over here to the main Pellissippi webpage. So if I go under academics again, there's academic programs and pathways. So I'm going to open that in another tab. So if I go here and now scroll down, so this will go, as you scroll down, it's going to go by school. So here's School of Academic Advancement. So I'm going to go down to our school, which is computers, technology, engineering, and math. So here's our school, and then I'm going to click on the Department of Engineering. And so there you're seeing those areas of study that we've talked about, those programs. So again, if I click on one of these, so it talks about, notice here it does give the program location. I need to look because like I've mentioned with that renovation to one of our buildings, I'll have to look. So this one is correct. It will still be at Hardin Valley. And again, you can scroll down towards the bottom, you're going to see the list of classes. And so it's the credit hours, 0 to 15 credit hours, and then those would be the classes you would take. And then it gives you experiences that you would also receive while you're there. Up above, I ran past it. There's certificates that you'll receive in completing the program. And so within this architectural design technology program, there is a building information modeling certificate, and then it lists the classes for that. And then there's also a construction business principles certificate. So each program is going to have that information. And here you can click request more information. And that should connect that. I think that's actually going to connect you to me. I'm going to send it to the list that I showed you previously. But um, down at the bottom, there's our accreditation information if you're interested in that. So I'm going to go back because I want to look at some of these others. So this aviation technology. Now it says Blount County campus. It is not the main campus at Blount County. There is a separate area, but you'd get that information. But it is in Blount County. So I'm gonna let's see here. So we know civil and construction are gonna still be at Hardin Valley. Electrical. Okay, so this one, it right now it says Hardin Valley campus because it's actually at Hardin Valley, but it's also at Blount. In the next school year, it will just be at Blount. Um, Electromechanical is probably also going to say Hardin Valley, and that's the one I was telling you about. It's going to now be a split between Blount County and Strawberry Plains. So with the engineering technology, there's a lot of gen ed classes there, so it tells you there's multiple options. Um, and then interior design will still be at Hardin Valley. Mechanical, that's the one that's going to be at Strawberry Plains. I'm going to scroll down for it. So again, there's certificates that you can get with the mechanical engineering. Going on down, there's the list of classes and then other things that you'll be doing throughout the program. Again, it shows over here updating your resume, practicing interview skills with career development. That is always a good thing for our students because I, if you've never interviewed before, that can be something that can, uh, it just really helps you to practice that. So, and then the welding technology, as I mentioned before, it is at the Strawberry Plains campus. So, okay, another thing I want to show you before we jump to questions. Um, all right, so back to the Pellissippi homepage. So I need to go. Okay, so I'm going to go under support. Okay, and I want the career development. So if you look right here, under support, career development. All right, so there's very often there's lots of things that they do. Like I said, they'll help you with resumes, they'll help you with interviewing. Another thing I want to point out, okay, so in this section, this earn and learn, okay. So if you look at that earn and learn right there, and I'm going to click on earn and learn, and I'm going to scroll down. So what earn and learn is the Pellissippi has worked with employers in certain programs. Okay, so they are looking for our graduates in certain programs, and it's not even graduates. So this is for students starting in certain programs. They will start Pellissippi. They will also start working. Okay, and so they will come to school 2 days a week. The other 3 days of the week, they will go to work with a local employer. And let me scroll on down. So these are your options. So we have that option in civil and construction engineering technology. We have that option in electrical engineering technology. And then we've got it in these other two. Those aren't in the engineering department though, but they're there. So with that, I mean, it is a competitive thing. So you have to apply. I think you go through and you do the U Science aptitude test. And then you would actually interview with employers. Um, and commit to starting this program and working with them. I, and I, this is very good timing for this also, because I'm going to scroll back up. Um, so the deadline for this interest form is March 1st. So that's just a few days away. So if that's something that would interest you, the form is right up here in this ready to get started. See the interest form and click here to begin your earn and learn journey. So you can click there and go fill out that form. And one of the people down here would get back in touch with you, or you can email them if you have more information. But just that deadline is this Sunday. So if it's something that you might be interested in, fill in your information there. And I think it's a great opportunity. I won't play the video, but you can play the video. This is Yosef, that he was our first student in electrical engineering technology, earn and learn. He's doing great. He works at Arconic and 2 days a week, and he'll be graduating this semester. So I think he has very much enjoyed the program. I think he probably will go on to get a bachelor's degree someday, but he did our 2-year career tech program, and he has loved the hands-on that he gets to do. That's one thing I didn't mention. So all of our career tech programs are very much hands-on. So all of these engineering classes, you are getting to do a lot of cool things. Um, so it's just a great opportunity. I don't know if I can say that enough, but earn and learn. There's there's more information here if you're interested in one of those. Definitely go in and fill out that interest form. Okay, and I feel like I've talked enough. I'll stop and I will let you all ask questions. Let's see here. I will stop sharing so we can. All right.
Okay, so we did have a few questions here. One question was, are the classes offered remotely and how many?
Um, mo there are a few that can be offered online. As far as online goes, I the ones I can think of are some of the CAD classes. There's an ENST 1313, which is a CAD for electronics. That's fully online. Um, there's not honestly a whole lot that's going to be just online. There are a few. Um, we have an industrial science, I think, that you can take fully online. Um, but a lot of our classes have labs associated with them because I was saying they're very much hands-on. So those labs require you to be there in person and working with the equipment.
Cool. Very good. Um, we have a couple more questions that are specific about mechanical engineering. The first one is, so it looks like Dave's son has already been accepted. Will we contact Shane Terry, or how does that work for students? I guess he's asking if they need to be advised.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Now, is it for the mechanical engineering technology, or is he wanting to do a transfer program?
Well, then he asked
Yes.
again. So it looks like he is wanting to transfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that won't
Yes,
necessarily be
transfer.
Shane.
Okay.
Um, it, he will take all his classes at the Strawberry Plains since we live in Blount County. Can he take
It
online
looks like he's saying
classes?
that he's going to
Okay.
transfer to either UTK or TTU.
Um, okay, so you he probably won't have to do the Strawberry Plains campus. A lot of those tech classes are not going to transfer. It would be very specific ones, so you'll have to look and see if there is any agreement with where you're wanting to transfer to. And if you're doing the engineering transfer, um, he's going to need to work on make sure he's doing Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3. He'll need to be doing depending on where he goes, he's going to either have to do the physics one, calculus based physics one and physics two, or he can do the ENS classes if he's going to UTK, but that is something you're going to want to make sure you're looking at where he's going to transfer to decide which ones would be best. And so those physics one and physics two have prereqs of well, Physics 1 has a prereq of Calc 2, so he wouldn't be able to take Physics 1 until he's got that Calc 2 completed. Um, there are scholarships available.
Hmm.
I, I don't remember exactly where on the website, but yeah, you can apply for scholarships through Pellissippi. Um,
Absolutely. Yes.
let's see here, where would they find that?
So the actual application, once you've applied to
Okay.
Pellissippi, the actual application for the scholarship will be inside your My Pellissippi. Um, but you can find, I think, if you were just to look under financial aid, it should have like a link to the where you can look at the scholarships, but the actual application um, for scholarships through our foundation office.
Hmm.
Are going to be in your My Pellissippi. And we have this, you can use a scholarship for if you just need a little bit of extra money to cover your tuition, if you want it for, your books, whatever it is, you can use that scholarship for that. It looks like there's an earn and learn question.
Let's see here. For this, does the Earn and Learn work opportunities apply for the Civil Engineering AS or AAS? I I think it can be either. Let's see if I'm gonna go back. Well, I'm on Earn and Learn. Let's go down. Let me click on that. Let's see here. I'm just reading what it says on the website here. Civil and Construction Engineering Technology AAS. So it is on the AAS side, but I feel like um, I want to say they've got some students that are in the AS program also doing the Earn and Learn. If it's something you're interested in, fill out that form and let them know, and it won't hurt to apply and work with. I think it's Luke Smiths that is working with those students for the civil side.
All right. Do we have any more questions? While we're waiting to see if anybody has any further questions, I did want to share the contact information for Pellissippi. If you ever have any questions, we do have an email address. You can text, chat, or call. And that is how you can get in touch with us. Okay, yeah, so it looks like we have another question. We'll wait. Um, all right, so in terms of advising, if for like the general engineering, they can just contact the regular advising office. Is that correct, Christy? Like if they're doing the transfer pathway?
If they're doing the transfer pathway, again, it's going to depend on where you're transferring to. They can talk to the general advising office, but you can also, email me. We have uh, two other faculty members that work with a lot of our engineering transfer students. But if you just want to email me any questions you have about that, that would be fine. mkleach, Leach at pstcc.edu. Okay, and the another question, what is better, 1 year in Pellissippi to transfer to UT or 2 years? Uh, It it's up to you. Um, I guess I would say two. However, um, when you do those transfer degrees, I will say that when you do the AS program, um, that AS program, it specifically engineering, okay, specifically engineering, you're doing some of the history things and like I think a literature class and those kind of things. Once you transfer to UTK and other engineering schools, those are not going to count towards your bachelor's degree. So it, but yeah, I feel like the 2 years at Pellissippi are probably going to be much cheaper than, 2 years at UTK. So it's if you get the AS from us when you transfer to UTK, it does count for your vol core if you've heard about that, and those are just like core classes that you have to take at UTK. It would count for that, and there is an option to get a transfer scholarship if you have a high enough grade point average. So there are benefits to getting that AS with us and then transferring, but I mean it's really just up to you. You'll have to look at specifically what you're wanting to do. I want to focus on software engineering, but I'm not sure if I should go with computer science or computer information technology program. That is a different department. So, sorry.
And they
So,
will be doing a webinar specifically for computer science. So keep on the lookout for that webinar, and they
okay.
will talk a lot about that. So
Okay,
if
perfect.
you're interested in that, then tune in for our webinar on computer science.
Okay. Let's see here. So I moved to Tennessee last year in July. I heard that there is a scholarship for residents. I don't know.
So
Do you know?
that would, yeah, it kind of would depend if, are you in high school or are you an adult? We do, through like if you're still in high school, there's the Tennessee Promise that if you graduate from a Tennessee high school, you can qualify for the Tennessee Promise. If you're an adult, then if you meet the qualifications for that, then you could get the Tennessee Reconnect. So yes, there is a scholarship available for Tennessee residents. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. If you do have questions, the contact information is on the screen and you can feel free to reach out at any time. I hope you all have a fantastic evening and we hope to see you at Pellissippi soon.